از آتش غم در غم جانانه بسوخت. سینه از آتش دل در غم جانانه بسوخت. آتشی بود در این خانه که کاشانه بسوخت. تنم از واسطه دوری دلبر بگداخت. جانم از آتش مهر رخ جانانه بسوخت. سوز دلبین که ز بس آتش اشکم دل شمع، سوز دلبین که ز بس آتش اشکم دل شمع، دوش بر من ز سر مهر چو پروانه بسوخت. آشنایی نه غریب است که دلسوز من است، چون من از خویش برفتم دل بیگانه بسوخت. خرقه زهد مرا آب خرابات ببرد، خانه عقل مرا آتش میخانه بسوخت. چون پیاله دلم از توبه که کردم بشکست، چون پیاله دلم از توبه که کردم بشکست، همچو لاله جگرم بی می و میخانه بسوخت. ماجرا کم کن و بازا که مرا مردم چشم، خرقه از سر در آورد و به شکرانه بسوخت. ترک افسانه بگو حافظ و می نوشدمی، ترک افسانه بگو حافظ و می نوشدمی، که نخفتیم شب و شمع به افسانه بسوخت. Beloved, the chest that housed my heart remains not, for the fire of your love has removed all. Separation burns this body. Your supreme magnificence burns this soul. Through the tears of my face, dance the fire of your flame. Look, as the butterfly of my being kiss the flame of your candle. I've known this fire since the beginning of the world. Now this house has been fully burned. Only you remain. Only you remain, my love. All my beliefs has been washed away by your divine wine. The kingdom of my mind has been fully burned by your white fire. Shorten this story. Shorten this story, my love, and live no more. Lest the gratitude of my heart remove everything that is not true. Hafiz, live the dream of life and drink my divine, and drink my divine wine once more. Sleep will never return. Sleep will never return, for the candle of my being burns the darkness of this world's illusion.
Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to this gathering here in Lisbon, and very happy to see so many beings who have come from so varied places to come here for this gathering over the next few days. I feel very happy also that this gathering is taking place here in Lisbon, and that I feel very confident that if you have come with a deep urge within your heart to awaken to that which is truly real, timeless and pure within yourself, I feel that we stand a very good chance for that recognition to occur here. It's a very strong thing to say, but let's see. And so I'd like to welcome you wherever you have come from to this beautiful place, this beautiful, let's call it a room. It will be a room for awakening. And let it be so that if it is within your heart, and if your heart is beating for that recognition, that truth, then may you come to that irrefutable recognition of the self and be timelessly happy and free, so that thereafter all who meet you on the path called life and who are themselves open may be inspired by what you have found, your light and love, openness, wisdom, peace, clarity. And may they be so inspired and touched by your presence and light that they are themselves compelled to search within, to discover the light that they perceive in you, and so find lasting peace and happiness. And may self-discovery become contagious again. Even in our own time. I don't know if you can hear me clearly. At the back you can hear okay? Very good. Okay. So. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Very good. Normally, over the many retreats that we have been privileged to sit through, we have normally invited questions to come, people with doubts and questions to clarify those doubts and to hopefully satisfy the needs of seekers. But what I have found is that in recent times, rather than, because I've heard, as you can imagine, so many people have come with questions concerning their search for truth or their daily life challenges that come and so on. And we are mostly familiar with the kind of questions that emerge or come from this place of largely personhood. And so what I've found is, however diverse the questions appear to be, however different they appear to be, or unique, that they can all be answered by discovering experientially the source of our own self. Now, I do anticipate that questions will come, and they are welcome also. when they do come. But as I say, I want to start at the end. Many of you may already have become a bit familiar with the most recent expressions of these pointings, which is what I would call the invitation to freedom. Can I have a sense of those who have a bit of familiarity with this? So this is already very good. And so what I would like to start with again is, in a sense, to reintroduce or to recap on what the invitation is, so that we already begin in a place of great advantage, you see. And thereafter, if questions arise, they tend to come with a higher kind of question that doesn't have to go through the entangling forest of the person, and questions that may be emerging more from the place of consciousness. And so we can all draw full benefit from this intensive here in Portugal. So if I were to ask you, if it was presented to you that it is very possible to transcend the psychological or imagined self, I call it the imagined self, the ego self, and to come into a deep experiential discovery of your true nature, would you be up for this?
Yes.
Up there, maybe? You'll be up for this. Very good. And if that offering could be extended and presented to you for today, would you be up for it?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. It is a very strong thing for many people to hear, because many have been on a search for the very thing that I feel we have come here to discover. And I hope that many will come to at least a clarity beyond the arguments of the lower mind somehow today. But it may indeed seem a little strange that such a thing is presented as with such force and such confidence. And I feel it like this because it clearly has arisen from grace, and it has already demonstrated its power in those who have been open to look. And how wonderful that it is not being presented in installments, or as something that now I am saying, okay, if you practice this for the next 6 years or so. But that perhaps from this very evening itself, that you may discover that which is eternal within your own self, which is behind and beyond the facade of personhood. And to such, with such clarity, unarguable clarity, that your life can unfold with so much more grace and wisdom than it would if we continued in the notion of merely personhood. So I'll begin like this to say, let us begin if I were to say someone has approached and asked, I have heard it said that it is possible to awaken to my true nature. I want you to help me, if you can, to guide my mind and my attention to the place where you have discovered to be the original being. Because my life being lived at the level of personhood or ego does not bring lasting satisfaction. My mind is full of projections and dreams that are unfulfilled. If it is possible to receive such guidance, then I welcome this and ask for your guidance. And my response is, well, let's see now. And so, from the room of being, a response comes, please enter, please come in. But, as is customary, I say, please leave your shoes outside. And you may say, yes, thank you. I leave my shoes outside. But I say one more thing while you're doing this. Please leave your mind outside. And you say, I know that was the catch. How can I leave that's the very thing I want to do, is to leave my mind outside. And now you're telling me leave my mind. I've been trying to do this without success. I said, don't worry. I don't mean in any heavy way. I simply mean that while you're here, for the short duration of our contact about this, I'm asking you, don't go into any stories about yourself. Don't engage with memory or past. Surely we can do this, even for 15 minutes. It's true or not? Yes, we can simply, I said, okay, it might be there, and by the end of our short exploring together, if you wish to recollect your old stuff, it will be there, right where you left it. So there's no need I'm not here to steal that and to keep it for myself. Okay? So I say, please just don't engage about the past and about your person, your personal story, what you've done, even your spiritual story, such as how many years you've been meditating and where you've been. It's not important. It's not important right now. And questions about the future, or concerns about the future, like what is going to happen and what do you think it will be like in the next few years coming and so on, and the kind of world I would like to live in, or the kind of person I'd like to become. Please, we will not engage about these things. And even presently, what has happened today and how I'm feeling right now, I'm simply going to ask you, don't engage with the mind for a few minutes. Even if it's knocking and saying, what's happening? We go everywhere together, why are you leaving me out now? You say, I'll come back to you, okay? So don't engage with that for this short time together. I will ask you also that any kind of imagination or fantasies about spirituality, about yourself or life and so on, also we don't employ the mind for this also. And we can all do this just for a short time. So what am I really asking is simply to be empty. Empty of this concern, even though it may seem that the mind is just sitting next to you waiting. It's okay. It's okay. Simply, you're not going to engage. So any projections about the future, any recollections or memories about the past or the kind of person you imagined yourself to be, we say, we're not going to talk about this. If indeed what you're searching for is your true, your original and pure nature. So, leave all this. I will not be giving you any new concepts, nor will I be asking you to be creative in your thinking, so that you don't need to say, well, I'm not a very artistic or creative person, I can't keep up with the others. So don't worry, none of this will be coming to you. Simply for now, stay in this space of just empty of intention, of judgment, of self-definition. And as I speak, just follow this. With each breath, just sinking deeper and deeper into this natural silence is here. So you're not a container now of any concept. Historyless. Just empty. And watch that sense of waiting. Like, okay, what now? So no what now. Just remain just empty. No expectations. Just like that. Beyond time, no concern about time. About going somewhere or reaching anything at all. Just as you are now, leaving all this aside, are you not still here? Leaving aside even agenda, hopes, dreams, aspirations, judgments, everything. So what remain here now? That you're not creating, you're simply here. Just a sense of what is. Nothing you create or imagine. All this have been left aside. The senses are functioning according to their own power and laws. Let the perceiving happen. There is no need to suppress that. But what really is here right now? Even the sense of being, that is also perceived. The breath continues to flow. Heart continues to beat. You are not the doer of any activity. You're simply witnessing. And so I had to invite you just to this place where you are not combined with anything that you can imagine. Even with the idea you may have held about who you are, even this we have left aside. Empty, beyond even the concept of being empty. Like this. So I had to invite you here because I wanted to check in with you and to ask you a few very simple questions. There's no need to confer or to connect with anyone else in this room. There's just your own self. And I would ask that you respond also vocally. That which is, which I refer to as the sense of isness, whatever it is that is here now. Is it an object? No. Can it be contacted through the senses of smell or sight? Can it be touched? No. Does it have size or shape? No. Just stay as you are. Is it male or female or anything like this? No. Is it a mood? No. Did you create it? No. Did it come from somewhere? Can it leave? Or fade? No. So if, say, you fell asleep for some time, is it possible that when you wake up, it will have disappeared? Can it be impressed or manipulated by anyone? Here's a good one. Does it depend on your belief? No. Does it have a beginning? Can it have an end? I seem to be hearing one voice more clearly than everyone. But the question is for everyone. Was it born? No. Here's another good one. No. If it was not born, can it die? No. Can it become depressed? Or sick? And if you felt, I really hate this, I just go away. Can it leave? Can there exist a place or space where it is not? So let me see if I'm listening and hearing. It is not an object. It has no size or shape. Could it be captured, like photographed in some way? Could we have an image of it? No. It did not come, and it cannot go. Yeah. It cannot be manipulated. Can it be owned by any group or religion or philosophy or school? No. And you say it does not depend on belief. No. And you didn't make it up, you didn't imagine it? No? Okay. Can it be shown to anybody? You say it was not born and it cannot die. So one last one I ask you. How near is it to you? How? Few centimeters or maybe a meter or kilometer? No distance. No distance. So it's no distance. It cannot, it was not born, it was not, was it created? It cannot die. Is it limited by time? It's not limited by time, it's not limited by belief. It is not an object, the senses cannot touch it. That it is no distance. And so if all these things are true, and it's no distance from you, then all your responses are about you. There's no distance. How can it be seen? has no shape, has no form. It cannot be photographed. Your belief or disbelief does not affect it. It did not come. It cannot go. Can it be used against anyone? No. It was not born, it cannot die. And there is no distance between that which is looking and that which is somehow perceived. There must be one. Can this be true? Can it be true? Yes. Will it matter if you change your mind now? Sorry, Mooji, I've decided, hold on a second. It cannot. It was fine until you said, it must be me. It was true until you say, it must be me. And so I take it all back. If it is true, and you're sure you're not imagining this? I have not thrown magic powder in your face and suddenly you're believing all kinds of things. If it is true, let's just take a moment or two just to sit with this. What is the implication of this finding? What is the implication of this discovery? But I'm not going to ask you what is going to happen. But if indeed your response is you accept, emerged out of your own seeing, that what you have been revealing, what is revealed through your responses, comes directly from your heart and not something that you are projecting through the mind. Can I say like that? Maybe something is coming from inside that just says, but this doesn't make sense, it cannot make sense. How can I be this? If indeed this is true, not merely believed, is it merely a belief? No. thousands of years, human beings have been coming together meeting in caves and mountain tops, in valleys, in houses, in temples, and to come to terms with who are we? Why am I here? And uncountable numbers of beings have pondered these questions. Many of them found answers that liberated their minds from the turmoil of personhood, from the seeming traumas that come from a life that is heavily conditioned. Many came and found satisfaction and peace. Their bodies are no longer here. We don't know where they are. Now it's our turn. We are the living wave of the human experience. We're alive now. The same question has arisen in our own time, inside the human kingdom. And you have come to find out. What is your place in this? What is the purpose or opportunity of this life? Because it is seeming that many things that we seek and acquire are experienced in time. They dissolve in time. All that we see through the senses and the mind, all that we cherish, including this body, one day will be gone. Is there something that will not be gone? Are you beginning to recognize, feel, and experience what that could be? Beyond intellectual conviction or speculation. And so wonderful because we have not gone into the jungle of the mind. It's been a mind bypass. Well, I can share with you that instead of saying, I believe that is true, I believe in this, perhaps it could be that something continues to explore and confirm the reality of this as one's own reality, beyond belief. And what I can share with you, if you are touched deep within your being by this recognition, it will continue yielding a fruit that keeps getting sweeter and sweeter, but never becomes oversweet. What do you have to do? Work out the mysteries of the universe. Fix the world. I would say something much more simple. Bring your attention to keep resting in your discovery. Let your attention and mind marinate in this discovering. Initially, some resistance may come from the old regime of the person, and the mind may bring up, like, what is this? Is nothing happening here? It's nothing, and I've got things to do, and I have discoveries to make, and adventures to pursue, beautiful things to create. I don't have time to sit around. My advice may seem oversimplistic or even naive, because I'm not presenting you with a lot of spiritual gymnastics or something, but simply to keep your attention here. In the beginning, as I say, some waves or movements from the mind and the sense of person and past may come to bringing a force of distraction, or even fear may come. But if you hold firm in the place of your seeing, then the seeing, the knowing, and the being are one. This will be confirmed. It is not something that you have. It is what you are. And arising from this, as I say, you're not creating, not building, just seeing, deepening, confirming. A very natural unfolding. You may ask, but then what happened to my person? I have a life, I have a family, I have a job. What must I do? Give up my job and go and live in the Himalayas? I say, no. Let everything carry on. Let it happen. But keep your mind inside your heart here. You don't have to speak about it with anyone. But by itself, it will continue to you may call it mature, a kind of maturing may seem to be happening, a deepening. Things that would ordinarily seem like a problem is coming and all these things will seem just to dissolve in front of you. A greater understanding emerging spontaneously out of this realm of being. A deepening peace. Fears diminishing, even though at times it may seem something comes and then it just collapses. And underneath, behind all of this, a real, like a kind of solid emptiness, and unequaled joy and peace. By the number of hands that went up in the beginning, I'm sure many of you can begin to confirm that what I'm speaking is true. Now, it will take a little time for the mind to acclimatize or to stabilize in this understanding and this discovery. But again, you remember, can this become disappointed and say, I'm just going to go. I'm going to leave you now, you're not getting on with it. Is that possible? No. How can you respond to questions like this without conferring or just going along with others what they say, if it were not coming directly from the source of your own being? You didn't say, oh, Mooji, you're going too fast, let me think. Where did your responses come from? Did you figure it out? Or did you somehow come to see and know it? Like it's already known in you. You did not go to a university for mystics. From your own place, sitting here, some people may feel, I'm not qualified for this type of thing. I don't have a spiritual background. My parents were fishermen, fisher people. We don't know anything. I never went to any church or mosque or temple in my life. So I have good reasons to doubt. No, still from the place, however diverse our expressions may be, the source is one. And yet, within your own being, does it feel claustrophobic? No. As I was saying earlier, it will take a little time because the mind, or you may say, the constructed self, the idea we have of ourselves as a certain momentum, it's going to come back in somehow, of course, and why not? It's coming with its own idiosyncrasies and dramas and projections and fears and so on. Where are you actually in all of this? Are we the person who appears to be enjoying and suffering existence? Is that the fact of who you are? Or could it become, or to be seen, as more the fiction? Or is it that which you are now coming back into seeing is the fiction? And our person is the fact. sense of the person seems to be an ever-changing self-portrait. Seemingly continuous. But now, in this revealed self, all that appears and arises through the mind and will gradually be seen as the content of the mind, the content of consciousness, the dance of manifestation, appearing in this unchanging awareness beyond belief. I don't want to describe and say, yes, it's going to be like this. No, it's like, no, let's leave a little space for the adventure of your own discovering. Is this a disappointing discovery? No. And as I said earlier, that which you left aside momentarily, of course you can collect. Over the time that is unfolding in front of us, the next few days, which I encourage, in spite of or irrespective of the seeming backlashes from the mind that will come, that I encourage you to stay and put the questions that come up for you and from this, all this will be helpful in verifying and confirming your true place of being. Because such a profound insight is not always easily acceptable to what I call the imagined self. For a long time, we felt that our conditioned identity was our reality, even though it is unstable and brought with it so much sometimes turmoil, unfulfilled promises, restlessness, uneasiness, fears, doubts, and all of this, dreams. From this place of what I called from the isness of your own self, can you be overwhelmed by the waves or the currents of the egoic mind? Not sure? Well, we will have to see, won't we? So, this time and these days will be for this. Perhaps there may be a few people here who, at the beginning of the invitation, may have felt, you know what, I'll just stay here and see what happens to the others. And then find, Mooji, I don't know what you're talking about. It is okay. From time to time, I will again point back to what I call the obvious in ourselves, which sometimes we miss because our attention gets rooted in personhood. But I have a feeling that's going to change profoundly. So are we off to a good start? Yes. Very good. I came here and I said, we are going to start at the end. Meaning, instead of going through a lot of concepts and this and that and that, no, where is it all going? Where are all the concepts going? Is it that it's going to some big construct? Let's begin at the end. And what is the end? Timeless. Is that which is, which I refer to as the isness, is it at the mercy of the play of duality? Can anyone respond about this? Sorry? Can I repeat the question? That which is, and I hope you have a clear sense of what this is it affected by the play of duality? No. That's what I'm saying. Thousands of beings throughout this world at various times have been searching for what you are discovering here. How to honor this seeing. Can anything separate you from this? No. If this is this, who are you? Well, we will come more and more to a firm place of seeing. That all that you see or perceive are appearances emerging in the field of consciousness, including the idea we have of who we are, which changes as our focus changes. That also is perceived. Clouds passing. Some slowly, some quickly. Something is not passing. It cannot go because it never came. Do you know this? Yes. In a sense, I said, let's start at the end. But in another way, this end can also be a kind of beginning. Although it is beginningless in itself. Have I gone too far? No. Thank you. This kind of language, you'll become more and more familiar with it. Not because you are skilled in reasoning, but simply that your intuitive and spontaneous knowledge is awake. And seeing is not necessarily the outcome of study, but of intuitive perception. How are you feeling? It's much more than feeling. Feelings come and go. Thoughts come and go. Concepts come and go. Bodies come and go. Does this come and go? And if your mind says, okay, thank you, I got that, bye. No need to come tomorrow, I got it, thank you very much, bye-bye. Or can I have a refund for the next day? A hand is there now. We can. I think there may be a microphone too. There's a hand. Someone putting a hand there.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I have one question. When I follow your pointings through the invitation, I feel that I am this that you are pointing us to. And still at the same time, I don't answer the question, was this born or can this die, with yes. I don't seem to be able to answer these questions.
Yes. And you know why? Because because somehow the impression that you are this body-mind that definitely took birth somehow is still quite firmly held somewhere inside. And it has a knowledge that this body will pass. It had a birth, and it will have end of birth also, end of life also. And it feels that, this feels like a fact, and this seeming fact cannot challenge itself by saying, okay, this, whatever is the discovery, it can feel less of a fact than the belief I am this body that was born and no doubt one day will fall. So that we can look at, because actually it will come a moment when it will simply relax into complete seeing. And that response will not be something that comes from your mind or comes from effort or force, in the same way that many of what you already answered simply just emerge as a kind of revelation. Now, if you say, I cannot say yes to that this was born, that was this born, and many may have said yes, no, and you feel, well, I'm not sure if it was born. And can it die? Others says, no. And maybe say, well, I'm not sure if it cannot die. Because again, you can see it is very much linked with a deep assumption inside the being that I, as far as I've felt myself, to feel myself to be, a living entity that had a birth and will, have a death at some point. And when I die, how can I confirm? If this body can die, how can I confirm something that will not die if I feel I'm going to die? You see, this is where it comes. And
yes, I understand. But for me, it's kind of confusing because at the same time, I know I am this.
Yes.
And the moment this question arises, it's like...
if you know you are this, and did you feel, when I asked, is it an object, was your answer what?
My answer was no.
Yes. If you're that which is not an object, does it have a form?
No.
No. How can it die?
I don't know. But it's somehow too much for me to say it cannot die.
Yes.
I don't know if it can die.
And you being what? You say it's too much for me to say it cannot die. You being what? Who, for whom it's too much? Isn't the one for whom it's too much also phenomenal also? Isn't there an awareness of this one who is saying, I cannot confirm that it was not born. I cannot say it cannot die. This one is who or what? What is the substance or content of this one? Is it perceivable? Is it tangible?
Yes, it is.
As what is it? As what? This I.
As the one who is thinking about this question.
Yes. What is aware of a one who is thinking about the question? Let me put it another way for you. I'm going to invite another simple but very profound contemplation that you may also participate in this. Say in the morning, suppose you get up at 6 o'clock. Ding, something's up. Okay? Let's say that the consciousness, the waking consciousness, opened at 6 o'clock. Can I speak like this for a moment? Okay. As the waking happens, the sense I am or I exist flourishes. It comes with the arising, the waking consciousness. Prior to that waking consciousness, you did not have a feeling about anything. You had no opinions about anything. I'm not talking about dreams now. I'm talking in the deep sleep state. And now the consciousness, by itself, the flower of consciousness opens, and one becomes aware of the sense of being alive and of the sense of time and objects and so on. You follow?
Yes.
As that consciousness, the state of knowingness and the function of perception arises, no? Can it arise? It must arise in something that didn't itself arise. You can follow?
Yes.
Yeah. So it opened. Isn't it that waking happens in something that didn't wake? Isn't it? Okay. Then you have the feeling you are awake. Just like now you know that you are conscious, isn't it? We are aware that we are conscious. Even that, if I can recall one incident, or you may even say, but I will bring it to you like this, of someone who was driving a car home. It was a stormy evening, and a tree blew over onto this car, and they, next minute, in 1 second, they felt trapped and like this. And the thought came, like, wow, there's a big tree branch coming through the car and cannot move, and calling for help. And it took maybe 20 minutes before flashing lights were perceived. By the person survived, by the way, and this is their account, that they saw flashing lights and so on. Then gradually a voice came and says, oh, look, I'm here, I'm going to help you, your team is here, and start to converse with them. And gradually machines were heard to be cutting open bits of the car or whatever. And at some point, this person say, I saw that I was losing consciousness. What see consciousness disappearing? What see consciousness appearing? Somehow you know, and now the consciousness is here. What is aware of consciousness? Now you're aware that you're experiencing consciousness. So both whatever is perceived, the act of perceiving, and that which perceives, they are all one function, together called the play of consciousness. And there's an awareness of this. If I bring your attention to say that you are aware of, now I'm awake, something is awake. Is there not something beyond this waking movement in which the activities of wakefulness and waking consciousness is perceived?
Yes, there is.
Yes. Was that born? You can say the emerging consciousness has taken birth today. It's up and flowering. The fruits of it we can see. Then came time, or as you may time, the sense of otherness, all of this flourish. And the witnessing of that is happening without even effort. That place.
It is just, it is there.
It is there.
It is here.
This introspection today, the invitation, which I call the invitation freedom, at the end of the invitation to freedom as an exercise, that which is revealed, is it different from that?
No.
No. You don't have to bother about the question, was it born and can it die? Let it reveal itself to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Because after all, it's not a test that you have to, The divine is in there, okay, Was I born? I don't know. No. It can just be left right, then it's not known. And gradually, okay, it is fine. Stay with what you can confirm. It is enough. You see? And by itself, it will come to be known if there's a need for it to be known.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. I have another hand here for a moment. Please. Maybe you come to this microphone? Yes, at the back there. You come. One moment. You come. Please come. Okay.
Moojibaba, June, I don't...
Come more close to the microphone.
I want to say it with respect, address you with respect. My question revolves around the question you asked about, is it, I don't remember your exact words, am I one with it, I think, or how far is it from me?
Yes.
And everyone said, oh, it's one, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm this close.
Yes.
But I'm not...
How close exactly?
Oh my gosh, it's so close. It's so close.
So close.
And the body mind, the mind, it tortures me on a regular basis, and it won't let me go.
And it won't let you. And you are how close?
I'm this close.
How unkind of the mind. I'll let you become...
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know why.
It is the usual phenomenon that occurs because of the mind. It comes like this. Other people say, we are one, distance. But for you, I'm just this close. If you were that far, it wouldn't matter so much. But you're just,
because
I could just
all the things, all the beauty, all the good things, all the beautiful things that I know are in me. I know that they are. I know that's who I am.
Yes. In you, and you are what?
That.
And that is so close to what?
I think you answered. I think it is me, and I am that. And maybe I just needed to, maybe the body-mind just needed to hear it from you. Thank you.
No. No.
Come on.
You are trying to get away, and I
am.
Not like that, no? Yes. Your chance is now, and you take it now.
I don't know. It won't. It doesn't.
Why is what you have said not merely a thought? Believed in, because belief is also a tremendous power inherent in consciousness, yes. The capacity to believe,
Yes.
But belief is also observable also, and the believer too.
That's a part of that mind that won't, I guess it must be a part of that which isn't letting me go. It's saying, oh, this is so great and this is there, but you're going to stay right here, separate from it.
Yes.
And
some conditioning seems to remain loyal to the constructed self, to the imagined self. It feels like it's
Yes.
I am tangible to myself, it's enough proof, This other self, that great self, if I'm honest, it seems that, yes, but it's not as tangible as I am. You see, somehow that can be there also. And for whatever purpose, I always feel there's something good about it for a while, until whatever work it may take, or contemplation it may induce, gradually softens it up and neutralizes its power in you or something. In the meantime, it may be protecting something. It may be guarding that a kind of arrogance doesn't come in or something like that, you know? So stay with it and keep looking, because you came up for asking this question. In you there seems to be a strong doubt that like, I'm near, but I'm not there. I'm so near.
I want to be there.
Yes.
I want the freedom. I'm here. I want that
You
freedom.
are that which is here or there, dreaming through the sense of personhood. I want to be there also. And I don't want to make a gimmick or make it sound simple, because when it is believed, you know, it is deep, and it's not just you can just rub it out.
Maybe I can rub it out, maybe.
You who can rub it out. You'll be rubbing out your sense of self, which will disappear by itself. As, you know, there are some things working on your behalf that are not in your hands, in terms of, I can do this and I can do that. The one who thinks it can do is quietly being undone by grace also.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it to unfold, I guess.
The sense of waiting and the one who is waiting are also perceived when you follow this. The waiter, the one who is waiting, and what is waiting for are both imagined in that which is not waiting. That we are that, something retains a kind of doubt, and that doubt is believed in for a while. The doubt seems to block the natural confirmation that you are already that. And I know that the words I'm speaking can seem to be, yes, many teachers have said this, but I can't get to it, and so on. I understand that. So sometimes I say that satsang, being in satsang, is like a piece of ice in a glass of warm water. And the ice is simply melting. The ice constitutionally is water, and warm water is water, and the melting is taking place. When I say it's taking place, I mean that it's not that the ice is surrendering to the water, or the water is going to... It's simply kind of just happening. And that is the grace of satsang. An urge in you, an urge you cannot understand, brought you to this place and says, sit here and keep quiet. Yeah, like this, no? In another, it might say, pay attention, but you keep quiet.
I will, thank you. I will. Thank you.
Hey, but
I thought I was supposed to sit down and be quiet.
not like that. I mean,
not too quickly. I'm sorry.
with this kind of thing, it's good to... Let's. You will be attending each day while I'm here?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you. I don't know. Should I?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
You go.
Oh.
Yeah. Comfortable chair you have over there. Come. Namaste. You may raise the microphone just to be comfortable, no? So that's it. Very good.
Thank you for all your satsangs on YouTube.
Thank you.
I love watching them. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question of everything you say in satsangs and even tonight with the invitation. I so believe it, and it's very hard for me to get it into my experience, into my heart, like you say.
Yes.
It can't just be belief. It can't just be. It has to go beyond belief, and it's just.
Yes.
Not going beyond. I really believe it. I say that I believe it. I know it at a deep level, but the experience of it is not there.
Okay. Listen to this now, and of course, this also happens where there's feeling like I hear it, I sort of believe it, but it's not really. It's like trying to scratch an itchy toe while wearing boots. Scratching it, but it's not quite getting to the itch, okay? So we understand this kind of feeling that I hear, I trust, it makes sense, but it's not going in, okay? Earlier than the one who is saying, I listen, I believe, but it's not going in. The medicine is not going in. Earlier than that, is something there or not that watches even the one saying, it's not working, Mansi. It's not working. I listen, I like your YouTubes, your shows, but it's not going in. Okay? So even the one who is saying this, is this one also, is it not perceived also?
Yes.
Yeah. Be in the place where even this one, its voice and its doubts are themselves perceived. Can I say like this?
One more time, please.
Okay. You say that even the one who is saying, yes, I watch YouTubes, I enjoy watching it, but actually it's like it's not detonating somehow.
Yes.
You understand? It's not happening. How can I get from belief to experience?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm saying, okay, don't try and get from belief into experience. You who is saying, it's not happening. Is this one not also perceived in you?
I can
subtle.
I can say yes, absolutely logically, but I don't feel that. I mean, it makes.
Well,
of course,
because
it has to be that
this one, a voice comes up and says, "This is not this," and it then subsides, and maybe another thing comes and says, "Oh no, but this I trust." So these seeming identities or comes up and confirms some things and say, I can't confirm others, okay? So whether there's confirmation or lack of confirmation, are they not collectively perceived?
Yes.
So that in which the perceiving of them happen. Can I speak like that?
Yes.
Is there such a space that exists? Independent of the things that are supposed to be perceived as right or wrong, is there not something which is beyond right and wrong, in which the sense of right and wrong is perceived? It's fair, what you're speaking is fair, no? Normally. But what I'm speaking is kind of obvious, but it's not obvious until it becomes obvious, okay?
Yes.
So I'm with you, staying with you, just trying another door.
Yes.
Okay? It's like Rumi saying, no? I have been knocking at a door. Suddenly it opens. I have been knocking from inside. A funny thing, isn't it? He said, I'm knocking at the door, tang, 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 waiting. And suddenly the door opens, and then I realize, wait, I'm already inside. You see? So, if the door did not open, he would not know that he's already inside. You see? We are all inside.
Yes.
The inside. Dreaming we're outside, trying to get inside. Actually, there is something like this in life. You know, God's got a great sense of humor. And something is playing like this. We can say like that. I mean, there are many ways we can say things. But even in spite of saying like this, something feels, I still don't get it. No, I still don't get it. And that apparent one who feels, I don't get it, so much belief is given to support that one, who itself is only a thought construct appearing in the isness itself. But a power emanating from you, the source, called belief, has given this identity a status, a feeling, look, I'm here, and I still don't get it. Okay? Someone else might look and go, you know, it's not true. There is no he to get it or not get it. He is it himself. And that one, I say, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. You see? So, this kind of seeming riddle, I can speak like this. Maybe someone else might think, wow, thank you, I got that. But still, perhaps it might still be manifesting here, this feeling, you know, like I hear the words, they're so close, but it's just not going in, because there's a strong belief those words got to go in. But actually, from another way of looking, you're probably much more advanced than you think, actually. Maybe you're thinking, I need to take this medicine, but you're already quite healthy, but you think you're sick or something. There's all kinds of little plays that happen in consciousness like this. And this I feeling that don't get it has a strong sense of identity in it. And it is looking to get something, but what happens in the process is that the thing it's trying to get, somehow it itself gets lost. Sometimes I say the one who begins self-inquiry will not finish the self-inquiry, but will be finished by the self-inquiry. It's something like this. This is the mystery of self-realization. But as you don't listen to the mind somehow, don't just believe it so easily, because that happens. Gradually, this seemingly firm belief in identity and mind is being softened up by the energy field of being in satsang. In coming to a place like this, you know, it might be, it's like the strongest resistance you brought here, and it has to dissolve. But probably it goes out screaming, or it's holding on until gradually it just loosens up like that. Because sometimes it's not just a question of logically proving that it doesn't exist, you know. So again, the feeling came in you, I listen, because something, grace has brought you to this because it is for you. But something seems to be like a bone in the throat of consciousness or something. And it is saying like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And this I who feels I don't get it is a shape formed in consciousness, a belief that there is an I person who don't get it. And that self-belief that this is me and I don't get it, is holding some strength for a while. But it's going to go. And I think it's going to go in this very intensive here. I will only ask you, come and sit where I can see you here. Yes.
I'll be the ice cube that melts.
You're the ice cube. You're much more than that. You're going to drink that water. You're much more than an ice cube melting. The ice melting is only an idea we have that is being somehow dissolved back in its own source.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good. Whoa! Where these ants come from? These call them helium hands. One wriggling, one over there. Let me try you, because I think your hands have been up for a little bit. Please come and.
Namaste, Guruji.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I love you. I wanted to say thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And
you can take the microphone up a little bit if you want. You can go up there. Yes, thank you.
there is a deep urge to expose arrogance.
Okay.
That I wanted to come out to expose it.
Yes.
It felt like bouncing inside something. But it is perceived.
Yes.
And I wanted to use this chance to come and expose it.
Very good. It is very good because, you know, in all manifest beings, there is ignorance for a while. But when ignorance is combined with arrogance, a great darkness comes like that. And we should never think we are not arrogant, actually. I think arrogance is very, very subtle and can be very gross, but when someone steps forward and say, I want to expose this, I think it's very good to step it and to say, look, there's kind of arrogance here, and it kind of wants to compete, it wants to kind of show something, but I know it's not me, but even knowing it's not me, it doesn't just vanish, but somehow I want to really confess that I know that it's not what I am, but for some reason it still keeps hanging around. And,
because it leads to situations when someone says something, and I start to say, oh yes, there is this I that knows and starts to explain, and sometime later I find myself that words coming out of emptiness that is just saying that these words that you were saying, just keep quiet, don't create, just be nothing. So, but because it was coming up and coming up, so I wanted to use this chance because I don't know if it would be again. So I want just to burn everything.
Yes, you have something much more powerful working on your behalf, because you say that I can see this arrogance and I can hear all this, you know. So if that regard and relationship to it, like, you know, I can see that, but not giving energy to it, who is it speaking to, this arrogance, you see? You know, who is it influencing? Even the one who is being influenced by arrogance, even this one, is it real or imagined?
It's changing. So
it's changing. If it's changing, what witnesses its changefulness, even? Is that itself changing? This is a good contemplation for you, because if you see that that's changing, that's changeful, you have been sitting here in this invitation. So you must yourself have confirmed some things for yourself. That which is it changing? No. And that is your contemplation. Keep coming back to the isness. Has it gone away because these questions have come up?
No.
Is the isness sort of like shrinking slowly? No. And so what tends to happen is that a reflex is going back to the old regime of what is familiar, the familiar habits of the mind, and the imagined self is creeping in. And this is my advice, is simply to keep just staying at the place of the isness and try and just see what can be confirmed here, rather than going to try and fix a problem which is invented through the mind. This is a much more solid place to be. But it will take a time, because I say often that, my God, you don't realize what you are discovering. The power, this is the power that is going to kill death itself. Can I say this again? The realization that you have experienced is going to kill death itself in you. But there's also a force within us that is persistent but unstable. We all know it. That keeps reminding us to be something we are not. You see? But your discovery today, or your discovering today, is going to put an end to that delusive power. So don't doubt that somehow we've done this invitation and, okay, that was a nice exercise, okay, but my real problem is, you understand? Because that's how the mind will behave for a while. But actually, this is why I say, my God, you don't realize the profundity of what you have seen. And this, at Mantisahaja, where we are, I keep on reminding the beings, keep listening to the invitation. That's the antidote to this delusion. You keep listening, and somehow you find that this recognition, because we picked up and learned every bad habit through repetition. Okay? And in a similar way, it is in repetition. If you listen to many of the great spiritual books or spontaneous utterances of sages and fakirs and seers and saints, you'll find often it's repetitive. To just, it's not about learning, but just gradually reawakening that recognition inside yourself. So that I would encourage that you, if some people, they are not good at reading. I am one of them. I don't read many things, okay? But I'm more tendency more visual, no? If you see me with books, usually it's because it's got pictures in them. I like pictures. And for some other beings, it's more that they can listen. So it's possible to get the audio of the invitation. You get the book. It's very small. The book is very small. We made it very, very small so that nobody's intimidated, you know? Because when I first found the book, when I was looking, first the experience came, and I wanted to have a greater understanding of what I was experiencing. So I went looking in bookshop for a book. So I always go to the skinny ones because it was too much to go big fat books. And so in the same way, we've prepared the invitation as a very small booklet so that you don't get the impression you have to learn and learn a lot of things. And same with the audio version, you just put and listen, and gradually you follow. And again, you see that all these layers, illusory layers of identification are just falling away because they are not real in the first place. They perpetuate because they go unquestioned. But as soon as a pointing came that could bypass those, said, don't bother go there. Because very often we're giving a lot of attention to things which are no value. It's just habit. And now we say, don't pay attention to this. Just leave this, leave that, leave from it, and start from zero. Come to zero. And let me ask you some things. And you find from zero, from the place of non-knowing, all this, the most magnificent revelations are coming out of your heart, not out of your head. So please, listen to it or read it. It will take you a short time, and follow what you're reading and confirm what you're seeing. That is it. It's just like this. It's another way into this without going through this.
Yeah, because I wanted to say also one finding that the I, that it's, even if I don't speak, if the words are not coming out, it's seen.
Yes.
And at one moment that was very powerful because in the beginning it was given to this I that it is that, but then it was seen almost like inside somewhere that it just comes out.
Yes.
It's I.
Yes.
It was not so much power to it, but maybe that's why it was not so easy to see it.
Yes.
But then
does that which sees this emerging I also go by the title of I or not also?
No, because once I is said, it's already not that.
Yeah. Okay.
So it comes after.
Yes. So it must be the same thing you discovered in the invitation.
Yes.
Yeah. Wordless space. Still, the feeling I am is perfectly fine if it is not contaminated by too much identification. I am the body, I am my past, I am my projections. Because we have to remember that there is nothing that you can see that just has a fixed meaning. The meaning of a thing does not exist in itself, but in the mind of the perceiver of it. Can you follow what I speak now? Yes. So, for someone, this thing may feel like, it's got this blue writing. Don't touch. I don't know. Blue is bad luck. Is it true? No, it's not true. For another one, blue is my favorite color. I love it. You see, what does it say about nothing? It's not true. It's simply a belief. And I feel that we are a bit, our minds have become claustrophobic, constipated, too much concepts, too much meaning. And so we are losing the sense of a natural inner space like that. So like this, you've come to a place where now it's beyond the formed or the developed I. Okay, but you can still speak I.
Yes.
It's not bad, no?
Yes.
But deeper than that is a deeper awareness there that is earlier than any shape, even the greatest concept of I. It is there.
Yes.
You see? In the sense I am can happen, but it's more functioning as a kind of impersonal weakness. And in its view comes the sense of the person. But by now, from where you have gone, the person doesn't carry so much charge or so much meaning anymore. It's much more superficial, you see? So you're not going to be troubled by the idiosyncrasies of personhood. Gradually, all of this will fade from you. And so, to the extent that it fades, the light of something, a higher state of consciousness, is exhibiting itself. Just you continue like this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you. Yes, yes, I'm too also happy for you. Can I say that before going into too many questions, any more questions? We are now, I see 1 or 2 people walking, like maybe some people have got very tight schedules, you know, time for trains and so on. But what I would like, rather than to pull this veil of personal questions so early over a seeing that I feel is very profound, and not allow it to get lost in a field of, yes, this, I would ask you again, before we leave this beautiful place, is what you have seen, has it altered in any way? No. Okay. That it remains formless. It cannot be captured by any camera, or even a camera that films auras. Okay? It has no aura. Okay? It cannot be depressed or sick. It carries no judgment. It cannot be used against anyone. It cannot be impressed. It does not perceive anyone to be special. It does not depend on belief. It did not come. It did not arrive. First in Lisbon and spread slowly. It did not arrive, and it cannot go. Am I speaking the truth? Yes. Very good. Was it born? Can it die? You sure? Yes. Well, not everyone. It has taken not much time between my questions and your responses or your answers. It didn't seem that your responses are coming from a place of deep thought and searching and study. It seemed as though it's simply a kind of unknowing. Is it true? Yes. Then I ask this question. How close are you to it? And you say? no distance. So, in my understanding, simple man, okay, it means where I am is where it is. Is true? So may I conclude that if it is no distance, then what you are confirming is about your own self. It's a bit weaker. Yeah. Am I putting words into your mouth? No, thank you. Okay. So, if this is your confirmation, and I ask you, can it fade? No. So if your mind goes, I don't believe in it, I don't think it exists, does it make any difference to it? Wow. That is really a wow moment, isn't it? I can say? So that as you step away from this hall to go to wherever you've got to go to and whatever, you might say, you know what? What was that all about? I think that guy put a spell on me. Could it be anything like this? No. Therefore, I may say to all of you who are here physically and to the many of you who are watching via internet or online for this satsang, welcome to your own self. Welcome home to your own self. Now, there will be some noise that may come. Why? Because we have picked up many, many ideas on this journey of life. We have accumulated, acquired, and kept many ideas which have not been in service to the truth of yourself. And without going to diffuse things one by one, the potency and the power of what you have discovered and are discovering will begin to neutralize the poison of personhood. I would like to say to you that it is important to make a stand and an inner commitment to continue to verify what you see. Would that be an unreasonable thing to say to you? No. That if you have found something that is priceless to you, surely you will honor it. If you have fallen in love with someone, deeply in love, I don't think you will require anyone to remind you to remember your beloved, isn't it? As you give some attention to be conscious with what you have discovered, not to tell yourself things about it, but just to stay and confirm. And as I said, the best way is to listen and to read again or whatever, or to watch a recording of this evening's talks. You'll find a growing and emerging conviction, a deepening of your understanding. the flavor of the perfume of what you're seeing will begin to emanate as openness, fearlessness, and natural trust. A conceptual flexibility, a joy, a peace, an emerging widening of the capacity to love, a lessening of the tendency to judge. All of these things, they come in naturally. All good and noble qualities manifest spontaneously in the awakened heart. It's not that you have to go and develop. They are already one with consciousness. You will discover more and more. This is my joy, that I am not imparting to you a hardship, but a wonderful discovering. It is not for or against anyone. In a sense, I say often to those who come to satsang, you must become like the cow that jumped over the moon. What it means. People say, how can cows jump over the moon? Okay. It simply means here the moon represents the mind and the person. The cow jumped over the moon, meaning it didn't go through the moon to push it closer to the sun. It means that somehow it bypassed the conceptual forest of personhood. It avoided the traps of the personal seeker and re-entered its own source. And the commitment I speak of is not a commitment to me particularly, but just to honor that which you have seen, which I put as the most important discovery in the human kingdom for a human being. And continue to just to look and to confirm what you are seeing. It's not a rebelliousness. It's not a giving up on life. In fact, it is life-affirming, but it is true life. This I would encourage, that this flourishes inside your heart and that it spreads through you, this joy and peace and openness and love. So please, as of this moment, move in the spirit of this discovery as much as grace allows you. And we will say namaste for today. Thank you for being here. And I know many beings also have made some sacrifices to come here. Total power to your seeing. I love you. And Om. I think we have some music today. Come. Just
dream. It'll be over in the blink of an eye. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 This life is beautiful. This life is horrible. This life is wonderful. And this life is just a dream made of love. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember who you are. Remember what you remember. You were before.